In this video, we get the Salamander on his base. Alright, we have a standard base, and we're going to hit this with 2 coats of, what is this, leprous brown? I think it's leprous brown. It's whatever this color is. And I didn't prime it, so it goes on kind of rough, but I only need some I guess this would be undercoating for the texture paste we're going to put on there. So there's 2 coats of that, and so now it's time to start applying some paste. And we're going to start, actually, by throwing down some glue. And then we're going to hit about half of this with the Grelin Earth Crackle paint, and then we're going to use Vallejo's Earth Texture Brown. I put the glue down first because this will help the Grelin Earth to adhere, so it won't come up later while we're painting or dry brushing it. And I'm just putting it all over the whole thing because I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the Grelin Earth yet. And I'm just going to take a big old glob of this and, I don't know, just put it down. I'm not going to cover the whole thing. I'm going to probably do at least half on this one, and I want it kind of on the thicker side so the cracks are big, but then even across the paste so that the cracking is consistent. And then the rest I'm just going to fill in with the Vallejo Brown Earth Texture. And there we go. So we're going to let this dry overnight, and you want to be patient with your crackle paint. All right, that dried overnight, and so I'm just going to reapply some leprous brown so that there is a consistent color across the 2 different types of basing paste. And there we go. And to help that process and also get the contrast up, we're going to hit it with some Agrax Earthshade. I'm going to hit a dry brush of that leprous brown, mostly over the Vallejo. Again, just to bring the colors closer to one another. The Vallejo is impacted more by the brown wash. I'll do a little bit over the Agrax Earthshade. Going a little heavier on the Vallejo because it's harder, and a little lighter over the Agrax because I don't want it coming up. All right, here's Bubonic Brown. We're going to do a light dry brush of this over the entirety of the base to push our contrast up a little bit more. All right, there we go. All right, I think it's time to get this guy on the base. So time to grab my clippers. Gonna keep my hand around the miniature so that he doesn't shoot off when I snip it. And then we're going to grab some super glue, and time to get this guy fastened. All right, so I had a little bit of purple paint still on my palette. I'm going to use this to mark the spot on the base that I'm going to drill my hole. I'm going to drill my hole in the Vallejo side. That way, none of the Agrax Earthshade gets pulled up by the pin mice. There's a little dot, and now it's time to grab my pin vise, or my little hand drill, and we're going to put a hole in the base. All right, now it is time to get some super glue. And he is on. So just to liven things up a little bit, I got my grass tufts, and I'm going to get out my PVA glue and some tweezers, and we're going to apply a couple grass tufts to the base. All right, there you go. He is on his base. Really enjoy basing. It's one of my favorite parts of the whole process. I think it really helps bring everything together and really kicks up the quality of the miniature. In fact, you get so much more cool lookingness out of it compared to the amount of work and the cost. It's pretty amazing. Everybody should do fancy bases. All right, we're just about done with this guy. I think we just got to get him together and put on some water transfers.